Hello, my friend. It's the Crypto Lunatic live from the Luna Cafe, and today I'm bringing you a little crypto update. And we're not going to do all singing, all dancing. As you know, nothing that I say is investment advice. I'm just going to show you a couple of resources and give you an idea of what I'm going to be looking at right now. So, with that in mind, join me on a little journey. So, we go to my favorite resource, which is DeFi Llama. So this is telling us that crypto's been hammered. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know already. And we look, as you know, at ETF inflows. I don't know what I'm doing with that. ETF inflows. So it's been crippling lately, but now suddenly there's been a couple of little spikes today, which is why the market's gone up. But I'm going to bring you back to this is the fees paid. So Tether and Circle, both stable coins, we expect them to be high. And still here, I keep talking about them, Pump and Jupiter. Now, these two coins, even when the market is hammered at the moment, hammered, most people are staying away from crypto. This is just, we're going through a period that is one of the worst ones that we've seen in crypto. And yet, still Pump is managing to generate 3.68 million in fees in a 24-hour period. Now, this is showing you that they are making money, my friends. And the same with Jupiter. Look, outside of these two stable coins, that these are the performers. Now, underneath that, you've got Hyperliquid, then you've got Uniswap. Now, it's worth mentioning that Hyperliquid has had an incredible run. There's been a big pump on that price since it launched. It's done really well. And Uniswap is one of the most established players in the market right now. And you can look at the others, Aave and Lido. These are established players as well. But we keep coming back to these. So I just want to bring to your attention. I've gone to Grok and I've asked them, what did early investors pay per coin for Jupiter and Pump.fun? Now, interestingly enough, it looks like there was a really early round with Jupiter where some early investors got in at half a cent, between 0.005% and 0.007. So these guys are still sitting on a fairly big profit at the moment. But most people got in, or the later launch was at 55 cents a coin. Now, if we go to Jupiter price here, we see that the people that got in at 55 are significantly down. The ones that got in at half a cent or 0.007 are still sitting on a tidy profit right now. So Jupiter's good, but it's not brilliant. It's still 71% down on the IDO and it's generating income, my friends. The circulating supply is only 35% of the maximum supply, but this is a fairly solid coin. But even better, that I believe, is Pump, because with Pump, it's saying that the earliest trace that they can find is 0.004. Early investors, institutional money. Now, these are interesting times because with cryptos, you want to know which coin is going to be the next Solana, which one's going to be the next Uniswap, which one is going to pump next. And one of the most obvious ways to view things is the ones that are making money, decentralized exchanges that are making money, because they make money if the price goes up, they make money if the price goes down, because everyone has to buy and sell their cryptos somewhere, which make crypto exchanges unique offerings within this landscape. And if we go to Pump.fun, we see that this is less than half of what the early stage investors have got in it. So not only is it currently the most profitable daily coin as far as money being made in crypto, but it's under half the price of what the earliest stage investors got in at. It's a 54.4% down. And I believe that this looks like a very, very good deal at the moment. 55% down, my friends, on Pump.fun. Now, one final thing. If we go to X now, I noticed today, in fact, this has just shifted, but BlackRock was on this list. I don't know if it's still on the list. But I saw BlackRock earlier, and that has just reset and changed. Now, if BlackRock are involved, I'm going to type it in because there were quite a few little BlackRock posts coming up. And it's always interesting to see what BlackRock do because BlackRock do manipulate the market. So there's BlackRock and the Jews. Like that's not relevant to where we're at now. But look, Larry Fink admits that transitioning into solar will cause a power shortage. Look at this. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink thinks that one day that Bitcoin will reach 700,000 per coin. Now, bear in mind that BlackRock were absolutely hammering Bitcoin 4 years ago, saying it was a Ponzi scheme, it was rubbish. And now they're sitting on a rather large supply and predicting a 10x from the current places. Here we see the latest Bitcoin surges over 65,000. The 10 a.m. manipulation is reportedly stopped. So BlackRock have been dumping Bitcoin to suppress the price lately, and this has been called out. And look, they've stopped dumping, which is why we've had this little price spike. But these are just a few things to keep a look at. Look, BlackRock and Fidelity have bought over $90 million worth of ETH. Finally, some inflows again. So is this a turn? Is this where the market turns? Well, we don't actually know, my friends. We really don't. But what we do know is that there is money flowing in to certain coins, even on a down market, even when the market is hammered. We have the likes of Jupiter and we've got Pump.fun that are actually making money. And these are the things to be looking out for. How do we measure what coin's going to make it? Hype is one thing, but profit is another. And profit is, as far as I'm concerned, the most reliable indicator of what coin stands to do well. Now, things can change. Let's talk about this because sitting in this position 4 years ago was Radian. Radium was absolutely cleaning up, and Radium's still doing well. But then Pump.fun appeared and just took a massive slice of its market share. So there's still risk, even with profitable coins, to be aware of, my friends. But these are just certain things for you to look at, especially when the market is on fire. It's in trash at the moment. This is bargain basement time. These are the times when people look at the market and the bold go in. These are the times that looking for good entries is probably the better time. So, my friends, that's my opinion. What's yours? What do you think? What coins do you think are worth looking at the moment? Leave it in the comments and let's have a chat, my friends. But either way, stay lunatic, have fun, and make money with crypto.